What's going on YouTube? My name is Tyler with xking.com. Hit you with another video, and today I have a real interesting question to ask everybody, all of you. Could you live life without a cell phone and internet? How would you live? The question is, how can you survive without it? And what would you do without the internet and cell phones? Everyone has a cell phone. Everyone has a smartphone. Everyone is connected some form of fashion, but we have all this craziness in the world where it's crazy how we're maybe 15 years ago, we're not as connected as we were back then. See, 15 years ago, we had house phones and core phones, and everybody in the family, we're more connected than ever. Back then, all you had was a cell phone, and then some people had a pager. It beep beep. Somebody call you, gotta find a pay phone or a phone and call them. Now we have cell phones. Now we have Facebook or social media. We stay connected more than ever, but there's so much anger in the world, so much disconnect, while we're more connected in the world. But anyway, could you survive without new internet? Could you survive without a smartphone? And for me, I grew up in the era there was no smartphone or internet. I grew up in an era where we had dial-up connection. We had AOL internet, and we have they net zero, something like that. It's real cheap internet, slow internet. I lived in an era where we just played board games. I was in the era we played card games and spades and stuff like that. I was in the era when we went to grandma's house every Sunday. We don't do it no more though, but we go to her house and we had a big old dinner, and then the adults play cards and the kids play with toys, and it's chill. Watch TV and chill before the internet and the smartphone. There was none back then. There was no YouTube back then. And I had the Nintendo 64. I had a Super Nintendo. I had a Sega Genesis way back then. Nothing online. It's all single player. So unless you had somebody playing with you, but now those days are long gone. So could you survive? So me personally, it'd be hard to adjust with no internet, but it's not gonna be a big adjustment because I grew up with no internet. I grew up not having a smartphone. There's kids being born. Like my son, he's 1, so he's brought up in the era with internet and cell phone and technology. So he'll be freaking out without no smartphone. He'll freak out with no smartphone, no television, nothing online, no internet. These kids go crazy now. I'm talking about 8, 9-year-olds go crazy now. The first thing they'll ask me, they'll come to the house. If nieces and nephews come to the house, the first thing they ask how you doing. They'll ask what's going on. They ask you what's your Wi-Fi password. That's the first thing they ask you. What's your Wi-Fi password? That is crazy. They ask you what's your Wi-Fi password. I said, how you doing? I'm doing good. So I could survive without it. Me personally, on the internet, my whole business is online, so my business would be shot to hell. But I'll work outside or something. I'll build something for the house. I'll figure something out. We'll play card games. We'll do stuff at the house. We'll create stuff. We had our imaginations back then. So I'll figure it out. I grew up in the era when they had smartphones. I grew up in the era I could still play the Xbox and games, but I just can't play it online. But I'm used to it. I'm fine with it. I prefer playing games by myself sometimes anyway to enjoy the game versus playing online. So I could get used to it. It's gonna be suck for a while I had internet come. We're always using the internet, but if it's not available no more, that'd be fine too. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I figured something out. As far as my son and kids grew up, in this internet era, I feel sorry for them because they don't know what it's like to have internet. They was born into internet, so they don't know how to react. As far as me, it's gonna suck for a while, but I'll be all right. So yeah, cause some people can't survive it. Some people love the internet. They love Instagram. They love this stuff. My business online. That would suck if it go down, but you know what? what could I do? You know what I'm saying? I start something offline. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta do. That's why I wanted to get, as another reason why people should start an online business, but also have the offline business as well. You know, start real estate, do a cutting grass service, do a car wash service, do power wash houses. See, you be fine anyway. If your offline don't work, you have online. If your online don't work, you have offline. And my goal was to have an online business, which I have YouTube and blogs, but also offline business within real estate. So that should open your mind up to different things. Like, well, I can't trust the internet thing because it may go down. I might start a service business, you know, something like that. I work on the side, sell my t-shirts or bake cakes or whatever on the side, so it makes an extra income in case stuff go down. But I'll be fine with internet going out because I grew up in the era, didn't have internet. We had dial up. It took 10 minutes to get online. It took 10 minutes to download a web page. You know what I'm saying? There was no high-speed internet back then. Hell, they weren't even Wi-Fi back then. Shit, they weren't even Wi-Fi back then. They had straight-up dial-up. The same, we use your house phone line for the internet. That's how slow it was. So in order for somebody to use the phone, you have to unplug the dial-up connection, plug it from the computer, and plug it to a cord to phone for somebody to use the phone. And then when they're done with it, take the plug out and put it back in the computer. So I remember all that stuff, man. I've been through it. So I'm fine. I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? I do stuff at the house, board games, have online, offline business. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Well, will that ever happen? It may happen. Who knows? Who could tell the future? But could you survive on internet? What could you do with no internet or a cell phone? We all love our cell phones. But like I grew up without a cell phone. I got my smartphone when I was what, 21, and then, you know, the first smartphone that came out was the iPhone. I grew up with Verizon at the time. Verizon didn't have a smartphone. Verizon had a bunch of flip phones. So Sprint, I believe it was Sprint or AT&T. AT&T had the first smartphone, and it was the iPhone. And I wanted to switch to AT&T. I wanted a smartphone too. But, you know, pretty soon Verizon rolled out smartphones, and there we have it. But I'm okay with it. I don't have to have all the technology, you know. So I love it because it's real convenient. You want to look up something, you can do it in a second and learn about it. But I don't have to have it, you know what I'm saying? So I could survive without it. I'll figure something out. But I'm worried about these younger generation, these teenagers, these little kids, 8, 9, and my son who's growing up in this era, don't know how to act. Because these kids nowadays, they be 5, 6 years old with a cell phone. I'm like, really? I ain't get my cell phone until I was 2021. Why I pay my own phone bill? You got kids nowadays, because the world's so crazy. Kids now, they have a cell phone in you know, elementary school, in middle school. Like, you got a cell phone? They have a cell phone. At 8, 9 years old, they have a cell phone. But back then, we didn't have cell phones back then. So I'm curious of why I have cell phones now. What changed? What changed? People changed. The world got more corrupted. As more technology and stuff gotten better, people gotten worse. But like I said, these kids now, and then as far as my son, I don't want to give him, because once you give a kid a cell phone, it's a wrap. They'll be glued to that cell phone all day and all night. It's going to be a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? You do the kid. I told my wife, as soon as you give him a cell phone, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? He got to be at least, I don't know, 13 or 14 years old if I could sit again a cell phone. Quiet, no. As soon as I give him one, he'd be all up in it. On the cell phone, at school, on the cell phone, was at home, on the cell phone, we're outside, on the cell phone, where we at, he's on that dang on cell phone. So, yeah, he could be, because I could go a whole day while myself. I leave my cell phone down, like I find it. I'll turn it soon later. Cause I'm not always on it. I'm on there once in a while, but I'm not always on it. You know what I'm saying? I take a break from. I watch TV. You know what I'm saying? I take a break from the internet and watching my phone. So I'll be fine. So comment below. What do you feel about that? You think you could survive without cell phone and internet? Are you born pre-internet or born into the internet? Were you born with internet or without it? And let me know your experiences below. Now, can you do it? What you done when you're a younger child? And can you survive without it? And what would you do to survive it? What would you do different? My name is Ty with SKing.com. Thanks for watching.